It was some great stuff. I haven't stopped laughing for about a quarter of an hour. Fantastic. Hey, you look well, Ross. You're flushing your face and everything, but it's a crazy year, isn't it? North Melbourne are pantsing Melbourne at the moment. Carlton, probably the informed side of the comp. They're just sitting outside the 8. Hawthorn do the job on Collingwood, the whole lot. It's a crazy season.
Yeah, I think it's anyone's flag. There's no doubt about that. It goes back to 93 when the Baby Bombers won it, I think. Whoever comes in form and fit and available, I think, can get it done. So, but we're squarely focused on, we know we've got games to win to play finals, but, big challenge for us today with a red-hot Carlton coming in.
You got some crew back. You got Big Maxi back and also a runner in Hill, so that's two that are good.
Yeah, it's 20% of the salary cap, right? So let's hope they get to work. So, Brad, he really wanted to play last week, and he wanted to come back on the ground the week before, but in the current day climate, the doctors made the right call. He was coughing up blood and bruised lung. If you had another hit on it, then it becomes a problem. But he's pretty keen to run 2 marathons. So do they just play a normal back on him, or does a Cottrell who's been to him before go back? We're not sure. Looking at their team, it's a little bit unique with Fisher coming in. I think he's been playing a bit of... They're a backman short unless they push Doherty back, which we don't think they'll do. So the Cottrell goes back or Fisher gets back there. But, look, it's a big challenge for us. We feel like we've unlocked our ball movement a bit, and Steele's come to hand with his body. And as you said, Max gives us a tall target. So, yeah, we're optimistic, but I understand how difficult it's going to be.
Ross, how does it make you feel when the first question you get asked is in surprise of how healthy you look?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that, coming from, I don't know, when you're in your 60s, what are you? I was waiting for a weather report. It'll be flat. He'll have no content today. The roof's shut.
Rossi, give us a bit of goal. What sort of theme or what have you gone with for the boys pre-game today to get them up for what's a massive game?
Oh, I can't swear on air, Joey. So, look, it is really, we're a really strong starting team early in the year when we're playing our best footy. And as you know, and I used to really promote, Q1s, get to work and take teams to deep water and try and drown them, right? So we haven't been great at that, which is, you leave an alibi on. We've been good second half. So last week made a focus of be brave early, really attack the contest and run and be brave with our ball use. So that's the theme we're sort of going with today. But Carlton's number 1, last 4 weeks, ground ball plus 18, 50-odd points from clearance, 38 points centre forward, which is, and Curno's kicked 25 of his 39 goals off stoppage change. So we've got to make sure some dirty ball comes in, some boundary exits, and that's a clear focus. I think if we can halve the contest and take that bit of game off them, I think we'll be right in it.
Yeah, Ross, you certainly are moving the ball pretty well this year. You're the number 1 team at going D50 to your forward 50, so that's been an improvement. But Charlie Curnow looms as a massive threat today. Who's going to get that responsibility? Will it be Callum Wilkie or Josh Battle?
I don't have 18 back there filling his space.
I thought you might. I thought because they are the second most efficient team in the competition. So park the bus back there, use that ball movement, and then go from there.
On the way out. Yeah, like Callum Wilkie will get the job. So he's a leader in really good form. But as you know, it doesn't matter who you are. Like if you don't put some heat on around the ball and force some punts, if they're walking out the front of stoppage, we'll be in all sorts of trouble. So whether it was us last week to Hawthorn or Hawthorn yesterday to the Pies, pressure on the ball is critical. So that's our number 1 thing.
We've been hearing a few of your highlights, Rossi. Is there anything from the comm box that you're really missing that you can't do in the coach's box?
Yes. Yeah, come in hungover. Sleepless. With a couple of bottles, litres of Gatorade. And I missed the duck alongside me because we were sort of peas in a pod there for a little bit.
Hey, Ross, I read with interest a report, I think in the West Australian yesterday. Your former president there, Fremantle, Dale Alcock, had a bit of a clip. Has this come across your desk?
No, it has come across my desk, yeah.
Were you surprised by that?
That it was a clip? I read the content. I just think I don't know, what did he say, Joe?
Well, he sort of said...
You can paraphrase it.
Well, he sort of said he's got a lot of connection with Justin Longmuir.
Yeah,
and
that's good. I'm happy for him.
Did you guys have a barney or not?
Never. No, never. Look, Steve Harris was my real president over there. He was responsible for signing me, really, with Steve Rossich. So 12, 13, 14, 15. He was pretty happy. I think it was most finals consecutive in a row, grand finals, prelims. So Steve loves me, right? He still sends me texts at Christmas time. So I think as we fell off the perch, Dale thought, because I think in 15 we made the prelim and won 13 in a row. So he might have taken over 16 and we set a false expectation for him, right? So he should have stuck to home building, you know. But, no beef with me. But I tell you what, I did read in that Chris Sutherland is their next president, and he is outstanding. He was program integrated, head of program. They merged with a Japanese company, $8 billion merge on the ASX. So he'll come in. I had a real close relationship with him. So, look, 2 out of 3 isn't bad, right?
Yes, well done.
Hey, Ross, we saw Hawthorn deploy the tag yesterday with Sam Mitchell, obviously. Did a great job on Nick Dacos. You used to do the tag a lot when you were at Fremantle and also St Kilda before that. Haven't seen it a heap this year. Do you have that in your kit bag?
Yeah, why not, Ross?
Yeah, I know, it's disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah, what's happened to you?
You used to send Stevie Baker to me all the time.
Yeah, he was a horrible little grub, wasn't he, Stevie? And I had Crowley. Clint Jones was enormous. Ryan Crowley was as good. They're both really high level. Team defence, the modern coaching, I'm just collaborating at the moment. We've got Marcus Windhager that we know can do it. We've shied away from it. I think it has its place. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I'm not too sure why. Sometimes I get frustrated that you don't, because, I mean, they do it in soccer, you know. It's just a combination defence. You can lock down on one and play your team defence for the others. So it's not like you can't do it. And, look, our team defences were pretty strong. We still had complete lockdowns with Ryan Crowley. So, yeah, I haven't got an exact answer, but you've got to have the person that wants to do it. Windhager can do it, but we want to try and make him a bit more than that at the moment. And I think you've got to have enough around you in the midfield, the rest can get it done. We just feel like we just need that weight and number without locking one down at the minute.
Hey, Rossi, I know you're letting your assistants do a lot, but you can pull rank, you know. You can say, hey, I want a tagger and get one in.
Yeah, you reckon? I don't know. Someone in the media might pick up on that and just, who knows what they'll write if I do that.
Hey, Ross, we just had a chat about when we finished our career, and Joey seemed to think when Alan Richardson moved him on that he still had 2 to 3 years left in him. What did you think? What do you think about that?
Yeah, look, I think Joey's a good judge. Self-appraisal's no recommendation, Joey. Gee whiz.
Oh, that's why I have to fit in up here, Rossi, when Brownie and Stevie J start talking about themselves.
Well, he's going on to bigger and better things, hasn't he? He's running the industry and media now, isn't he? So, look, Joe's a great player for me. We all move on, and look, that's one of the regrets. I wasn't there to help exit the right way those great players that represented St Kilda. So, that was unfortunate, but it is what it is, right?
Rossi, you broad brush for a second. I was surprised to hear the comments that St Kilda this year had supposedly gone backwards. I see you're still sitting 6th, and if you win today, knock off the Blues, you can take over the Bulldogs in 5th position. We know the bright young talents coming through, Caminetti and Owens, etc. Were you surprised by that? And can you talk about where you think the team has progressed this year? Because Saints fans seem pretty happy.
Yeah, the Saints fans are happy. Look, we're certainly not satisfied. We feel we're going to make our push now, but, I could be dreaming, but I don't think I am. I'm not too sure. There was a review done. Look, it was all a bit messy, probably, wasn't it? But since I've walked in, the players have worked incredibly hard. We were really brave when the season was up for grabs. And Andrew Ireland, who's not a mentor, but he ran the Swans culture, really, with Collis and Roos. He used to speak about be brave early when there were some teams he used to speak about every year would come home win their last 5 or 6, and he said, well, I don't really like that, Ross, so be brave early. And David Parkin was huge on that. So we won 6 out of the first 7. That sets you up for a crack, because as we see, everyone's having a bit of a rough patch now. We're brave. Are we better? And that's not for me to make the comparison. My players are happy. They like the program. They love the coaches. They like the game plan. We're going from control and shape to a bit more chaos and run as steel voice, but we're still working it out together. Like if I take Carlton as a benchmark, they got their act together over the last 4 weeks. I don't know how long's Vossi been there, 1.5 years, and so we still think we've identified what our pre-season will look like, what we need on the list, and our young kids. If you had said to me Nazai Wanganeen and Owens would be sitting in the top 5 of the BNF at round 20, I would have thought, oh, you're kidding, So, and Philippu's come in, Ryan Burns played 20 games, Max King's only 22, 23. And if you said we're going to take a kid who was deemed not draftable and play key forward and basically kick 40 goals for the year like Caminiti's doing, you'd say, you wouldn't believe it. And really, King and Tim Memory's played 2 games for the year. King's maybe played 5. Mackenzie's critical to him. We've had an enormous amount of injury, and I think my objective take is the narrative's different because we won without those guys. Whereas last year they weren't able to win. But you know what? There's most people sitting in the media have agendas and biases, and as hard-hitting as Kane Corns is, it fascinated me that he said, well, I am really close to the club doctor and it's hard to be objective and really call it out as it is. So to me, I think everyone just has, I'd like to think there's not biases, but we know there is.
Not in this box, Ross. We
No,
love
not
you.
up at the M's. Gee whiz, we just hit everyone.
Good luck today and for the rest of the season.
Thanks, guys. I miss you guys.
We miss you too, Ross. I was just about to wind you up too. So we're going to head to a break.
The chair's
Up next
comfy, Ross.